Hello and welcome to Jazz After Dark. How you doing out there, everybody? Good? Good. Join me with a drink tonight, and let's learn something about debt, shall we? This is a Boulevardier, actually. I made it just a little bit ago. I saw a thing on Instagram or something, a little sweet vermouth, Campari, and bourbon. It's okay. I prefer a little orangey flavor myself, but so be it. Well, this week, by the way, may be a little challenging for Jazz After Dark. We've got that storm coming. I don't know how it's going to go, but we will do the best we can. I want to talk today about debt and investing. Right. So Dave Ramsey type advice is, you shouldn't be investing unless you're paying off debt. And I'm like, I don't know. Everybody's different. It's probably good general advice, but I'm a little different there. And I find that everybody has a different scenario. So today I want to go through an actual example of someone. Basically, this is exactly who they were in real life, but we'll use the example of Louis and Lucille Armstrong as we do, and kind of explain how we might make that decision. Should you borrow from your retirement in terms of dollars going in order to pay off debt? It's probably a good idea, especially with these credit cards these days, but let's take a look and see it. So this is just kind of an overview of them. They're saving 10.6% of their money. They've got a decent net worth. This includes everything. Effective tax rate at the moment is 12.1%, and about 30% of their retirement savings is what you would consider stable, meaning we're not counting on the growth of investments or assets to create, stable income. So pretty good probability of success there. And if we look down here at proposals, there's not a whole lot of outlier events that can get them in trouble. Well, as I go through, I'll just do a brief overview of who they are. 43, Lucille's 41. They got 2 kids in there. Expenses currently $4,500 a month. However, that does not include their rent payment. They're paying $4,000 a month for rent, so pricey there. But that's what's going on. We got savings of 5% in Louis' 401k. He's getting 100% match up to 5%. Louis' taxable is getting $4,000 a year of extra savings, and we're doing a backdoor Roth IRA for $6,500 a year. That is for Louis. Their income is pretty good. Actually, really good. 202 for Louis, 105 for Lucille. I believe Lucille, she's not working at the moment, right? Because she's 47, and this will go until her retirement. So no income at the moment. Her retirement's going to be at 60, so they can retire together. They're going to spend a little less in retirement because they've chosen to itemize their goals, their healthcare costs, travel expenses per year. They want to buy a new car every 8 years. And Louis' other goal here, just some kind of spending that they want to do, is to make it a little tougher on themselves. $5,000 extra a year for a while there. Net worth wise, they're not incredibly crazy here with assets. They've got a joint bank account. They're saving up some money to buy a house. They've got some credit card debt, $18,000, $32,000. I'd like to point out, $18,000, 27%. You guys got to check what you're paying for credit cards. That is pretty accurate. This, I would say, is probably low, but they tell me that's what it is. The Discover card at 21%. Have you looked to see all the way at the bottom of your statement how much your interest rate is now on your credit card? They got to go. They have got to go. Investment-wise, we've got a handful of accounts there. We'll review the loans that they have. Student loan left over here for Louis, and they've got a Toyota 4Runner with $46,000 left to go. They're paying $827 a month. That's 7% interest. Property-wise, we own a house on Bourbon Street here that they've had for a while. They bought it for $190. It's worth $440. They're renting it out for $2,500 a month. They don't get to keep all of that because there's some vacancy. They raise the rent, of course, and we're working on depreciation, which, by the way, if you have rental property and you're not doing that, you're missing out on money. Free money. Not free money, but money. All right, so let's take a look here. We have an issue. This credit card, I don't know if you know this, but when you have credit card debt at the tune of 20+%, if you only make the minimum payment, you're not ever going to pay it off. So how do they come up with a minimum payment, by the way? Most credit cards, they say you owe us the interest that's accrued plus 1% of the balance, and that's how they determine the minimum rate. In this case, both of their cards are doing that. Some credit cards say the minimum payment is just the interest plus 2%. But for the most part, if you look to see how they calculate the minimum monthly payment, it is your interest that is built up over the statement period and plus 1% of whatever your balance is. The reason I point this out is because check this out. If we go to their debt, yeah, that's accurate. See this? This is the current trajectory of them being able to pay off their debt. Notice it doesn't happen. If they make the minimum monthly payment at those interest rates, they cannot pay their credit card off. They will die with an increasing amount of credit card debt. That is a problem. Have you looked at your credit cards? I don't care if you like credit cards or not, it doesn't matter. But if you're only going to pay the minimum in this day and age, you are going to have that the rest of your life. And in fact, they have to legally tell you how long it's going to take. You might find it shocking to see some of you are going to have triple digit time periods as far as how long it'll take you to pay off. That is no joke. So here's what we want to know. This can't happen. We have to get rid of this debt in some way. So the general answer is, should they be investing, saving 5% of their 401k, getting the matched, $4,000 in the taxable, and doing the backdoor Roth IRA? Should they be doing that? If I generally was doing a radio show like Dave Ramsey, I would say, you are nuts. You need to pay that off. We could do better, though. So what I've done is I've itemized their debts here: student loan, Forerunner, Capital One, and the Discover, and you can see the interest rates there. So we're going to do two things. We're going to start by saying, how about the highest to lowest interest rate gets the focus? Anything extra that we pay will first go towards this, then the Forerunner, then the student loan. Only the extra. Now, if we look, remember from the very beginning, we talked about their retirement success. They're doing great. There is very little chance that they're going to have problems if they continue to save at the rate that they're going. So my thought here is your effective tax rate, guys, is pretty high. Here it is. This is a visual example. They make good money now. Why do the backdoor Roth IRA now? You're paying more to do that when it could be knocking out your debt. So I'm just winging this one here. Let's try 6,500. Let's say we stop that. That wouldn't be 650. That would be, what would that be? 600. That would be 540. Okay, so let's round up and call it 550 because they've got enough extra cash here. So I'm going to say we want to pay $550 extra towards that debt. And we're only going to focus on paying the highest to lowest interest rate first. Can we save some money? Let's do it this way. 16.5. So they're saving money, and let's get rid of this so we can see. They'd actually have the debt paid off here in 2028. All right. That's an idea, but we've got to back out the backdoor Roth, right? We can't do both. Let's pretend they don't have the money to do both. So the backdoor Roth IRA is $6,500. I'm going to get rid of that and say that they don't do that. And then I'm going to come over here and say their debt strategy is the one that I'm proposing. And we're going to see what difference that makes. So over here is their current plan, 87% chance of success with plenty of money left over. Look at that. Barely moves the needle. So in this case, we are going to borrow from their plan of saving. This is probably not the best that we could do. We could probably do even better. But we're going to borrow from this. We're going to say this is zero, guys. Stop this. This backdoor Roth IRA that makes no sense for you. Stay with the 5% here. Let's get the full match. Save your extra money for emergencies and all that stuff. But we are 100% going to back that out. And we know that it doesn't affect you very much at all. We can probably solve for this and even make this better. So their debt plan, let's try something else here, is to take that money and pay it towards their debt. Hands down, that's a no-brainer there. Let's try one thing extra here. I'm going to say we do a balance transfer, and we're going to say it costs them $100, and maybe there's zero interest for 12 months, right? 1 year, 0%. We'll do that with this one. They have no major purchases. The house they're going to continue to save for. So let's say we don't care about starting a new credit card here and doing a balance transfer. So we can save the 27 and the 21%. We got a savings of $16,554,170. What does it go to? Yeah, we're saving another $25,000 by doing that. So just by doing a balance transfer, if they can, even costing them a few $100, they're saving $25,000 extra. They would still pay the debt off they're a little bit later to pay the debt off, but big deal. $24,000 to let the debt go just a little bit longer. That's what you got to do, or at least that's a starting point there. So proposal all looks good. Oh, Here's their credit card. Yeah, here's how it all breaks down. That's fine. That's fine. Got to do that. Hands down, you got to do that. So think about this with the credit cards. It's not as simple as saying, don't invest anything to pay off your credit cards. That's a pretty solid plan to have them cut part of their savings and really for good reason because their tax rate is so high. Why are we doing a backdoor Roth IRA right now? They're still paying a higher tax now than they would pay later if we just play the game later. So for now, that money is better spent over on the debt. The spread is at least 12% there. So incredible. I say this because the economy is slowing down. It is going to slow down. And you can kind of see that out there right now. You know that it takes 42 weeks of savings for someone to pay off a new car. Used to be 33 before COVID came out. We have credit card balances, as we can see there, that are $1.2 trillion or more. If the economy is so strong, why are we putting stuff on credit cards? That's a big question. We have student loan payments coming due. That's going to suck into people's disposable income to some degree. Credit card delinquencies are up. So we have that problem as well. Existing home sales are essentially dead. People are staying in their houses because interest rates are so low. Who can blame them? There's not a lot to choose from anyways. You have Dollar Tree saying that people are shifting their spending in their stores from random stuff to necessities like food at Dollar Tree and necessities. We have colleges that are shutting down because people are saying, why am I going to invest in my future? Which, by the way, is not an investment. Dave Ramsey nails that one if you follow Dave Ramsey. College is not an investment in your future, right? We never borrow to invest. So why are we borrowing to invest in our future, right? Going to college, it's kind of a ripoff. And so with all of that combined, that's sucking the life out of the economy. Okay, that's going to slow things down. We've got to focus on that debt now because the cost to borrow is obscene, right? It's a lot of money. Anyways, I get excited about this stuff, but that's what we have for you here tonight. Hope you learned something. We are financial advisors here at Jazz Wealth. You're always welcome to schedule a call if you'd like to work with us or check us out, jazzwealth.com. Otherwise, just happy you're watching. I'm going to go finish my Boulevardier and maybe jump in the pool. It's hot here still.